everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name's Andy, the Painting Fireman. Thank you so much for joining me today. You might notice something a little different. I got a little caterpillar on my lip here. It is Movember, so it's just in remembrance of men's mental and physical health. So that's why all the guys out there are trying to do as much as they can growing hair on their lip there. So it's just a reminder to make sure that you check up on yourself and your mental and physical well-being. So that's why I got the mustache for November, or Movember as they call it. Today we're going to try a little bit different painting today. It's called the sepia painting. It's kind of like those old-timey photographs. They're kind of brown and burnt umberish kind of looking color. I always wanted to try one, so today we're going to try one. So let's go up onto the canvas. So to start, I just have a plain old white canvas, except this time I covered it with liquid clear. So usually we use liquid white so that the colors blend together. This will allow the color to blend, but it won't diminish the tone of the color. So it's going to stay whatever color you have on your palette. That's kind of like the color. It's not going to mix with white and turn lighter. So this is going to be kind of a challenging painting because we're only using, I put a little black here. I might add a little black. So we're only using burnt umber and white. That's it. So let's see what we can do. Just on our big old 2-inch brush, gonna go in here, grab some of that burnt umber, and we're just gonna start putting some clouds and stuff in the sky. I'm just making circular strokes, really, making it that browny color. We're gonna blend all that, so it might not look really good right now, but eventually, hopefully, it will. Just kind of making indications of clouds, I guess. Some dark, I'm pressing a little harder in some places. I'm going to leave a spot in the middle there because I kind of want a neat little, almost like the sun's poking through there. Grab some more paint, maybe down here. I haven't used the big old brush in a long time, so kind of getting used to it again. I've been teaching painting classes. We have a wonderful local shop in town that is that lets me rent the space out, and they have an engraving place in the front and a nice studio in the back. So really appreciate that, and I think my students are having a good time learning how to paint and doing oil paintings and things like that. So all right, so just put some of that color in the sky, and we might accentuate some of the clouds. So we're going to clean our brush, clean off that brush. Eventually, hopefully one day I'll get more brushes so I don't have to clean them all the time, but that's all right. Okay, let's go back in here, and we're just going to blend things out. I want to leave this part fairly white. It kind of looks like a sunset, or the sun's kind of going by there. But those old-timey photos, they're pretty neat. I'm not sure how they did this kind of stuff, but whoever invented that was genius by them, And I'm just swirling this around. It blends color, this liquid white, but it doesn't take away, it doesn't mix with white, so you're not kind of toning down the color. This is the kind of color you got on your palette. That's the cool thing about using liquid white. All these cool things happen. And we can just blend her down here. I think we're kind of getting where we want to go with that. That's kind of cool. All right, let's just darken up these corners here a little bit. A little bit of a trick. You want to darken those corners up. Darken the corners up, and it kind of draws the eye of the viewer into the middle of the painting. So you're kind of making a frame, really, I guess. That'd be the best way to think about that. All right, let's take our fan brush. Same color. I only got this dark color, and I can lighten it up once in a while, but We'll just go into our fan brush, and some of these clouds here we'll just make a little bit darker. Just coming across here, and just kind of willy-nilly, you know, making little circles. We're gonna blend that out some more too, but just on the top of these clouds that I kind of see that are a bit darker, just gonna bring some of these things out a little bit here and there. We're gonna put in some big old mountains in there, maybe some water or something. I don't know. We'll see. Well, don't have much of a choice. Let's go into the burnt umber again, and we'll throw in a big mountain. How about right around there? Big old mountain. Just trying to get that out of there. All right. And be really free with your mountains. You know, you can, mountains got all these bumps and hills and all that kind of stuff. And a little bit here. You're really concerned about the top of your mountain. Sorry for the bang, and the little guy's upstairs and he gets really excited when he goes on the YouTube. Maybe he's watching one of my videos. And he gets all excited, so he bangs around. So I apologize if there's some noises once in a while. But the joy of having children, right? Alright, let's fill this one in. And grab some more paint here. Maybe there's another ridge right there. Press down. We really got to get this into the canvas. Maybe there's a bump there. Maybe like a little valley or something here. Maybe we'll throw a bump or two in. And off she goes. And then scrape off the rest of it, okay? You can press it in, make it pretty dark, press pretty hard, but then scrape it off. All we're looking for is it staining the canvas. All it's doing, staining that canvas. You can take your good old 1-inch brush. You can take your 2-inch brush, whatever, but I'll use the 1-inch brush. Go in here and let's start pulling some of this paint out, kind of shaping our mountain, figuring out which direction we're going with it. I think I'm going to keep that little valley in here. See how it goes. And then just blend it out through the bottom. Just blend that out. There's one here. Maybe at the top. Goes right off. So with that liquid clear, you can still pull that paint. You're still able to move that paint wherever you need to move it to. Okay? It's still possible to do all that stuff. It just not like the liquid white. It's not blending. It's keeping that color. All right. All right, let's take our handy dandy knife. Like I said, we only got a couple of colors. Get into that white. I'm just gonna tint it just a little bit. I don't want pure white in there. Pull that out all the way, as thin as you can get it. Cut across, and you can get your little roll of paint right at the end there. Let's go on to this little ridge here. Point of the knife, no pressure at all. And let's bring some of that down that way. And you can go back here, put a little bit here, and bring some of that out. Let's go into this ridge here. Follow the angle of that paint, that mountain. Just super little pressure. Little bit of pressure. And maybe a little bit here. Now remember, I wanted that little valley right in there. I think we kind of just happened upon that valley, so we'll keep it there. Why not? And you can motor over this way. We're going to put some shadows in later. Just in here. Maybe that one's kind of in the background. We're going to bring this one right at the front, but we still kind of need to, put a little bit of a indication that there's something back here. And maybe this one goes in front a little bit. And we're going to bring all that in front. All right, 2 colors only. We're gonna have to make a lighter brown, just a little bit lighter than my original mountain color. So that's gonna be our shadow. Just mix it up, and you can leave it all marbled like that, so the light's you can leave it all marbled like that, because when you come across, all that marbling is going to be right on the end of your knife. Okay. All right, let's go up here, find the spot. We're just going to bring it down this way, making our little valley here. Now it's the same technique as when we do our brightness. Very little pressure, barely even holding on to this. And you just give her a push up, and let's bring this guy right in front. That pushed those guys right back. That's what we wanted. Give this guy a little bit of a shadow here. I think I'm gonna put some big old trees on this side. Put this guy in front still. And then you can go back into your white. Give this mountain a little character here. You can come across and pull down, all the way down. Maybe there's a little ridge right here. And let's pull this into our valley. Maybe the ridge comes across here. And very gentle. I'm not being very rough with it at all. I'm just kind of putting that paint so gentle on here. Maybe he goes here. Let's go into our shadow color again. Darken it up just a bit. Leave that marbled. Finish this off here. Maybe a little bit darker. The little guy's playing piano now. Of course. It's okay. You know, with kids, you know what? It's hard to make videos with kids here. So it doesn't bother me at all. Doesn't bother me at all. All right, a little more snow in there. And here. Shadow color, and everything kind of meets in the middle there. Maybe it goes up a little bit. Just play around with it, you know, you never know. I'm gonna get some, excuse me for a minute, I'm gonna get some pure white. I think we need to fix that up a little bit with some pure white. And you can just add some onto your canvas, but make sure you wipe your knife off. You want a clean knife, pure white. Let's go in here and pure white, just to add a little bit of brightness. Just a little bit of brightness to that snow there. And let's go here towards the bottom. There we go. I gotta figure out what's happening back here. I don't know if I want foothills. Yeah, let's do foothills. We haven't done foothills in a long time. So, dark color again. That's the only choice we have, really. And we can go ahead and let's put some foothills in here. Maybe there's some ridge of trees back here, and I'm just tapping. Grab some more. Maybe this one comes up here. He's a little darker. So maybe he goes in front here somewhere. And just fill this in. Fill this in. And you know what we'll do? Let's take, wish I had another brush, but I don't. Let's take the big old brush. We're just gonna put a little bit of fog in here. Just subtly putting some fog in here, and that's going to break up the next layer that I put in. It's really going to help us a lot. That little bit of fog there is really, really going to help us. And we put our next layer in, and you know, it goes up and down, and there's all these trees and stuff. Maybe he goes in front a little bit. They meet up there. There we go. Okay, and let's kind of even this out here. And you can take your 1-inch brush, 2-inch brush, or whatever, and just very gently go upwards, just on the very ends. And what that's going to do is that's just going to bring some points, and make sure that these are straight. Just gently up. Just going to make it look like there's a million trees in the background. And honestly, you didn't do very much. All you did was take your big 2-inch brush and yeah, and just pull up. You know what I'm going to do for right now? We're going to pull, this one's a bit darker. We're going to pull this guy in front here. There we go. Perfect. All right, looks like we got some really neat trees and whatever in the back there. I think maybe a river kind of goes around that way. That's kind of what I'm looking at. That's what I see. I see a river going way back here. So let's take our brush and let's pull some of this downwards, and we can shrink that kind of hill back there. And let's pull this one up here. Doesn't look nice, eh? Just by pulling straight down. Pulling straight down, that's all I'm doing. So we're trying to emulate this kind of shape in the water too, okay? So it doesn't have to be exact by any means. It does not have to be exact, but you can shrink your land if you want to. And pull farther down. And then we can go across. Super gentle, all the way across. Just trying to blur my land, or my reflections in the water here. All right, let's go back into our liquid white here. Remember, I only got 2 colors, really. There's 2 colors. Just take some liquid white. Now we need to figure out that this land is back here. So all I'm doing is taking my knife, trying to draw as straight as a line as I can. Just bringing it back here, because I think, you know, it wraps around around the corner there. So one way you can do that is taking this one and moving it in front. So right away, that moved. I'm having trouble drawing a straight line today. That's all right. Right away, that just moves everything right to the front. Now we're gonna put a big old tree here. We'll hide this kind of side of the painting, but we need to kind of fill in the rest of this. So I'm just gonna take just a little bit on my brush, whatever's kind of on there. Just pull it down. Just pull it down, just kind of tint that canvas, and then you can go across. Okay, we're gonna put some big street. All right, got some more of my burnt umber, and I'm just gonna sneak in there, put a little bit of black. I just want it a little bit darker. So I guess we're not using, well, technically we're using 2 colors. Well, just a little bit of that black in there. All right, let's put our big tree and draw your line. Big tree is going to go right there. Maybe a little higher in the sky. There we go. And just with the corner of your brush, go down the middle, because we can always go back and make it even wider and wider as we go down. And we can always go back and make the tops wider. I think that's what we're gonna do, because that's a skinny looking tree. So just go back and take some sections of your tree and go wider, some spots, and wider. Press harder as we go down. Press harder and harder as we go down, and all of a sudden our tree grew to a big monster tree. Yeah, let's put a little shorter one here, really close to him. Corner of the brush. As I go down, I'm pressing harder and harder. And maybe one more. Let's put a big, he's going to be the biggest one. Right around there. All the way down. All of my trees in the back disappeared, but you know what? We're there. We know it's there. We put them there, right? We know they're there. All right, let's go here. And I'm just pressing. And as I go down, further down, it's harder and harder. Eventually I just kind of fill up the bottom. Just fill the bottom up. And you can go back. If you don't like something in your tree, there we go. And the highlights are the ones that's going to really show what's going on with our tree. And we can put some land here. There's some things growing out this way a little bit. Let's go to the other side here. We're going to put a monster tree right there. I haven't done a monster tree in a long time. He's going to go right there. Big, humongous tree. All right, let's go here. Just with the corner. Big, strong tree right here. Just on the corner. Grab some more paint. And we're going to fill this bottom in anyways. Big guy right here. And this bottom will fill in. Maybe we'll put something in the front. I haven't really decided what's going on with this one here. And we can stick another little guy here. Just put them in. Wherever you think that they should go, that's where you put them in. And let's go one more. One more. Right there. There we go. I think we're going to put some big old bushes up front here as well. All right, holy smokes, we got a couple big old trees there, don't we? All right. Let's create some shadows here, or some reflections, I mean, pardon me. All the way down. And then we can go gently across. Same with here. Just pull all this down. Fill that space up. Fill that space up with dark. And then we can gently go acrossways. All right, Looks like we got a pretty massive looking bunch of trees there. Let's take some white. I'm gonna thin the white down. We'll just take some paint thinner. You can use liquid white if you want. Just trying to lighten it up. But before that, I always forget sometimes. I don't know why. It just slips my mind. But we need some trunks for these guys here. So I'm just mixing a kind of lighter color. We're gonna go in here. Just tap. Just let it take off what it wants. Got 3 trees here. Just here and there. Not every place. Not going to see all the trunks. These are big, big spruce trees here. Most of it's probably going to get covered by the highlight of the branches, right? All right, let's go back. I made a little kind of light kind of brown color. I guess it's that bird sienna color. And we can go in here just on certain spots of this tree. Just bring out. And as we go down to the bottom, darker, 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 that's where all the rabbits kind of hide and all the creatures there. This tree I think is going to be in the back a little bit, so I'm not putting a lot there. We're going to bring this tree, put a little more highlights on him, and he's going to go right in front there. Go. And on this side, same thing, little highlights here and there. Same as here. And the big guy, he needs some too. Just tap a little bit here and there. All right, let's take our 1-inch brush and we're gonna dip it into a little bit of liquid white. We need a thinner kind of consistency here. Take some of this dark, put this in, and we're just gonna tap in just some bushes here and there. Not too many. Not too many, just a little bit. Same with this side. There's one bush. There's a smaller one, maybe a bigger one here. And I'm just tapping, just making that indication that there's some stuff here. Here we go. And then what we can do, you can take some of your dark color again, and we can put in some land, just a little bit of land there, maybe some rocks or something right here, and just kind of pulling a little bit. Those bushes kind of sit there. Same with this side, just putting in some rocks or whatever right along the edge, and darken this one up a little bit. Black in there. There we go. There we go. Just a little bit of land, right on the end. And we're just gonna go all the way across. That's gonna leave us some little marks in the water. We're going to put some let's clean that off. Kind of put a little bit too much there, but that's okay. We'll just blend those out. I think it needs just a little bit of something in the front here. Maybe some land or some grassy stuff. So I'm just taking my brush, my 1-inch brush, pulling it one direction. Maybe take a smidge of that black, just a little bit, darken it up just a little bit. And we're going to go here and let's put in just some little bushes or something that are kind of hanging out here. Nothing too wild. Nothing too wild. And then we can go into our white and that light brown. And just here and there we'll kind of highlight some spots here. I want it pretty subdued. Don't want this to be a big deal in the front here. All right, get on our knife here. And we need to put a little bit of a water line in here. And of course here as well. Put a little water line here. Go right over this. Put a few water lines in here. Maybe there's some stuff hanging out here. Just here and there. Here and there, there and here. Whatever. Don't put too many. Maybe in here there's some. So you see that river kind of winds its way over. And of course we need to put our little sticks, and so that this just adds to your painting, a little bit of color on white or whatever. And just cut that in. Just cut that in. You can even put some dark on your. Just cut some of that in there. Just in the front. Same with here. You can put little sticks and whatever, some just whatever you want to put in there. You can sit here all day. You know, maybe there's big things hanging out here. And this just adds to your painting. All I'm doing is literally just cutting in with my knife. Just in certain places. Just makes it look like there's little pieces of grass. Gives it a little bit of detail. Just cutting some in. Maybe there's some branches here or something. Right? I think maybe this bottom was a little bit too white. No problem. We can go in, fix that up. Give this guy a little highlight. You can always fix things, right? And put some back, but I think I had a few too many. There we go. All right, that looks like a finished painting. Thank you so much for joining me. This is the first time I've tried a sepia kind of painting like this, so I hope you enjoyed it. My name's Andy, the painting fireman. Keep your shiny side up and stay safe, friends.